What's up, diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, and today I'm going to bring you guys a NASCAR Authentics diecast review. Oh no, it is not a Wave 12 review, and no, it is not a Wave 1 2020 review. It is actually a Spin Master NASCAR Authentics diecast review. So yeah, I kind of tricked you guys right there, but this is actually one I've been looking forward to do for a while, and we'll see how things will go. And if you guys enjoyed this, then I will do some more of these classic NASCAR Authentics reviews for you guys while you guys are all chilling at home and being quarantined and stuff. But today it is going to be on a really nice looking card that I think a lot of Jimmie Johnson fans are going to love. It is on Jimmie Johnson's 2014 Lowe's Red Vest Chevrolet SS for Henry Motorsports. This is technically the Texas commemorative win. I'm saying commemorative because this is not a raced win, but the box does show that he won in this car at the Texas race. And by the way, I think that was the only race he actually ran in this car. But yeah, really unique box that we got right here. If you guys don't know the history about NASCAR Authentics, you know, Spin Master used to make NASCAR Authentics diecast, and then they went with the huge overhaul starting in about, like, well, I want to say 2014-ish, and then I think this was released in 2015, so it was like a year behind. But yeah, guys, I absolutely do miss this packaging design, guys, because there was two different ways you could actually display this. I mean, you see right there, there's a little box right here, and these boxes, which I'm going to show you guys in a second, they're basically like the Lionel boxes that you can like stack up and collect. So I find that pretty cool. But yeah, guys, and this is under the race winner section. Each of them had different categories. So this is the race winners, and there's Jimmie Johnson rocking the cowboy hats with the AAA Texas 500 logo from 2014. Jimmie Johnson, and there's also the track layout, which, you know, I think that's pretty cool. And then we got the NASCAR Authentics logo on the back with the box, and the nice render of the side view of the car, which I do like. That is actually really cool. So I mean, definitely I do miss these, especially the collector boxes. I do miss these a lot. But speaking of boxes, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy and take a closer look at the Jimmie Johnson 2014 Lowe's Red Vest car. Alrighty, guys, we got the diecast out of its box. Oh, wait a minute. This car is still in a box. Yeah, that's right, guys. Like I just mentioned in introduction, guys, what Spin Master did was a very cool and creative idea, and I wouldn't mind if Lionel decides to bring this back, but, you know, they've had the NASCAR Authentics line for quite a while now, even longer than Spin Master did. But this was a really cool collector box, guys. I mean, even if you guys prefer the Lionel boxes, because these don't really have any protective packaging to them. I mean, if you look, I mean, it could get it's pretty loose, so there could be possible paint chips when you do this. But I mean, that is a pretty unique approach compared to what we usually get with the what we usually get for Lionel. So I mean, I got to give Spin Master some props. They were doing something different, so props to that. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like how you see the cars in the haulers. I mean, like the show cars. I mean, that's what it kind of reminds me of. But really cool. So you got number 48, Jimmie Johnson, NASCAR Authentics logo, the old NASCAR Authentics logo, and a huge NASCAR Authentics logo right there. And that side's the same. And what do you know? More NASCAR Authentics logos. As now Jimmie Johnson just did a rollover. But let's finally unbox this car, and let's actually look at the diecast, which, you know, I will admit, it is a lot more different than your traditional Lionel car, guys. And, you know, Spin Master was heavily criticized for this mold. But, you know, I mean, Spin Master is a toy company. And, you know, even though this car, it definitely looks like a toy, all right? These were meant to be played with. I mean, they're not... They had some detail to it, but when we do the side-by-side comparison, because I do have a card to show you guys to compare this card to the Lionel one, because I feel like a lot of people still... So some newer fans out there might not even know that these existed, guys. Because, you know, NASCAR Authentics has been around for a while, even before Lionel started. But yeah, this was the card that Jimmie Johnson ran only in 2014 at the Texas race, which he won in. And he did carry on this Lowe's Res Vest scheme for the next 2 years after that. I think this is probably the best looking Lowe's Red Vest car in my opinion, guys. And actually, I think this version looks a lot more better because the 2014 Lionel version was on the WLS/PTC mold, and the red was really dark, like very, very dark. Like I'm talking about like Jeff Gordon Radiant Red dark, and usually it's not supposed to be that dark. It looked like a shit diarrhea red. I mean, not as bad as Jeff Gordon's or Carl Evans Aflac car from 2014. Oh god, don't get me started on the WLS mold. So This is a better substitute of that car, guys. I mean, I don't have the actual car with me, guys, but look up the pictures online of the 2014 Jimmie Johnson 164 from Lionel, the Lowe's Red Vest scheme, and you'll notice there's a difference with the color. I mean, this red is a lot more brighter and vibrant, and I'm digging it. Plus, I mean, of course, the window banners are different as well. This was a different style that they had. You see, usually they have the gold. They usually have the actual Chevy logo right here. They had those on the Lionel cars, but here it's just a plain black and white Chevrolet logo compared to what we have with Lionel, but still really cool. But like I said, I do prefer this scheme a lot more compared to his other two Lowe's Red Vest scheme. I mean, this 2016 one didn't look too bad, but I don't know. This one looks a lot more simpler. And plus, you can't go wrong with the pinstripes. I mean, heck, they even acquired that back with Chase Elliott's a Mountain Dew car, so I can see where they got that reference from. So, oh man, but and don't get me started on the 2015 Lowe's Red Vest scheme. I mean, that scheme is a bloody mess. I mean, they took a scheme that was this perfect and they screwed it up. Especially putting those back when it was the chase for the cup. They had no, they didn't have the yellow numbers. They only had the yellow numbers in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And then 2015, they had the yellow windshield banners and the yellow spoiler and the yellow splitter, I think. Yeah, that car looks so tacky with the dark red. I'm like, nah, it's not going to work. But this, luckily, Spin Master didn't really do that. So I know it's technically inaccurate, but whatever, though. Boy, I think Jimmie Johnson had a pretty good season, guys. I mean, he didn't win the championship. As you guys know, another red car won, which was number 4, Budweiser car of Kevin Harvick. So, but yeah, I mean, along with Texas, he did won 3 more other races, which was the Coke 600, the first Michigan race, and also the first Dover race as well. So, little fun facts right there for you Jimmie Johnson fans. I know who you are. But now time to start the side-by-side comparison, guys, which I do have another 2014 Lowe scheme with me, and it's his blue car, guys. As you guys know, that he did invert the scheme. He did invert the scheme later on the season because it was white with blue numbers, and then they decided to invert it, which, you can't go wrong with the blue 48 car. I mean, especially with blue and yellow. I mean, in this case, the yellow does work because, it's so iconic with Jimmie Johnson now. But you can definitely see the difference in the molds, guys. I mean, Lionel was a little bit better in the quality. I mean, with the decals, I mean, as you can see, it's a lot more toyish. And even the molds are different, guys. I mean, these are a lot more wider, as you can see right there. And even the fonts and the windshields are different. There's like a black border that's around this, which, doesn't really look the best. But, it was different. I mean, this was the only competition that Lionel had back then. And then, of course, Lionel bought out NASCAR Authentics, which, at that time, I was excited. But, when you buy out your own competition, you can get away with get away with a lot of stuff. And we've seen that now over the years. But, 2014 was the iffy year for Lionel. With the it was the start of, a bad regression for Lionel. Because, 2011, 2012, 2000, I'd say the first 3 years that Lionel acquired NASCAR diecast were good. But then once 2014 hit, everything really hit the fan real quickly. And thank God we had NASCAR Authentics from Spin Master. I mean, like I said, there are people that do not like these cars because they are big and bulky and they look toyish. But I kind of have a guilty pleasure for them, all right? I kind of do. I mean, heck, even my good buddy Dave Land also reviewed these cars, guys. I mean, talk about a throwback right there. I mean, heck. Oh, man. Dave, if you're watching this video, then heck, what a cool throwback to us to shout out right there. So, oh, yeah. But my God, guys, this is just a beautiful looking car, guys. I wish I could say more anything about this, guys, but if you guys end up finding this car, I highly recommend getting this car over the Lionel version because, like I said, you guys know me. I do not like the PTC mold or the WLS mold by any means necessary, and this one practically doesn't really have that much flaws to it for the decals. I mean, the decals might look a little wonky, but, I would rather tolerate this. And plus, also, I think this car also has a white splitter compared to the Lionel version, which does not have a white splitter. So, really does add a lot more uniform to it. So, pardon me, I can't speak English right now. But anyways, guys, this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. Thank you guys so much for watching this Diecast review of the 2014 Jimmie Johnson Lowe's Red Vest Chevrolet SS for Henry Motorsports. If you guys enjoyed this Diecast review, feel free to comment, like, subscribe. And this is OriginalBigBry, and I will catch you guys on another NASCAR Diecast review.